Hey everyone. Oops, I'm gonna have to lower this. Happy Saturday, Miss Texas SB. How are you doing today? So I'm gonna do some live questions today for the collective, rather than me try to, think of the topics myself. I want to give everybody an opportunity to maybe have a topic that we can kind of look into, for everybody, for the collective in regards to divine masculine, divine feminine, or the karmic, just maybe some questions that you don't really see a lot of readers, ask. So any kind of questions, like I said, that, we just don't, get to always answer, that maybe some of you may be interested in. And we can see what the cards have to say in regards to those questions. So it's an opportunity for all of you to kind of have your say in what is getting, what we're asking spirit. Okay, so if anybody does have any questions, like I said, for the collective, for everybody, anything with divine masculine, divine feminine, or the karmic, just any questions, just throw some questions out there and we'll just see what spirit has to say about those. Let's see. I'm blown away. An unexpected king has present. Oh, wow, Miss Texas SB. So you've met somebody else, huh? Wow. Well, that is awesome. Hello, Mika Tucker. Hello, Vivian. Hello, Paula. So how is everybody's weekend going so far? How's everyone's weekend going so far? Oops, did I do this the wrong way? I hate when I do that. Hold on. Yeah, ugh, I hate when I do that. I shuffle them and then I mix them all up. So if you're just tuning in, we're going to be answering questions today for the collective, not personal questions for you, but questions for the collective in regards to divine masculines, divine feminines, or the karmic. If sometimes when we do these readings, we don't always get a chance to do answer questions that some of you may have, and so it's an opportunity right now to see if maybe there's a question that nobody's really answered, that you guys would like to know about. But it does have to be for the collective. It does have to be you know something that everybody can benefit from the answer from. Oh, I mixed these cards up. Let's see. Okay, I think these might be. I'm sorry, I mixed up these cards, so now I'm having to sort them out. Ugh. And I had them all sorted out already. It took me a while to come on because I was cleaning all my decks, and I've got so many decks, so it kind of takes a little bit of time to go through all of them and clean them and give them fresh new energy. So it did take me a little while. All right, let's see. I'm going to look at the questions on my other phone so that way we can see. Okay, so Vivian is asking, What's going on? Oh, okay, wait, hold on. I was wondering what the karmics are up to. It's too, it's too quiet for a long. It's been too quiet for a long time. Okay. What's going on? Silent but strong. All right, so all right, let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on with the karmics. I have some decks that are specifically for uprights, and then I have some decks that are specifically for, that are mixed with both uprights and reversals. Um, I noticed that if I use, when I'm doing lives and if I use one deck for too long, it starts kind of, giving me strange answers. So I have a few tarot decks here so that way I can switch them up, maybe give time for one tarot deck to kind of, get its energy back up. So I do have a couple of them here. That way I can switch them out. So let's go ahead and see what's going on with the karmic. Spirit, I ask you, for the collective, for three-party situations, what is going on right now with the karmics? What is going on right now with the karmics? Okay, what's going on with the karmics? Vivian says they've been a little silent. So, all right, let's see. Wow, so the first card that we do have is the Death card. Let's see, let's pull a few more just to kind of see. So clearly something about an ending, all right? But let's go ahead and pull a couple more just to see what's going on. If it's one thing I cannot stand, I'm just, rambling a little bit. I hate when you see somebody pull a card and they just give you an answer off the top of their head, yet they have no other cards to kind of confirm what this is about, or confirm that, what you're thinking. There's no proof. There's no confirmation around it. They'll just give you a reason, So anyways, that's why I want to pull extra cards. That way the cards surrounding it can kind of tell me, what this Death card is about. So first card to come out with this Death card, we do have the Three of Swords. So, wow, those right there are some crazy energies. Oops, too many. Okay, so with the Death card, with the Three of Swords, the Three of Swords is about heartbreak. It's about pain. It also can be about endings, especially coming out with this Death card. It's possible, all right? It's very possible that the reasons why some karmics are being silenced is because, number one, they could be heartbroken. Because we're reading on the karmic. I asked about the karmic, okay? So it could be that, number one, they're sad. They're hurt, all right? Not all of them. Please understand that some karmics are very manipulating and controlling, and they have no heart. But then you have other karmics where they are invested in the relationship, in the connection, somehow, some way. They are invested in it, even if it's because of, pentacles, material things, like money, the home. They're invested in some kind of way. So when you see the Three of Swords coming out for the karmic, it's because that karmic has some type of investment in this connection, whether it is pentacles, whether it is cups, it does not matter. And again, pentacles when you think of pentacles, it's anything in the 3D world, okay? When you think about cups, you think about emotions, okay? So what I'm saying is that this particular karmic is hurt about something, okay? This particular karmic does have have some type of investment in this connection, okay? Because they would not be heartbroken otherwise. Even if it is just because of 3D reasons, pentacle reasons, it doesn't really matter. And yeah, look, see, we have the Wheel of Fortune coming out. So right off the bat, maybe the reason why this karmic or karmics are being a bit quiet right now is because, again, they are invested in this connection and they're feeling sad. But not only are they feeling sad, there's three swords here. So I get the feeling that, a lot of karmics right now are heartbroken at the fact that there is a third party. And what they're afraid of is that their connection is going to end, okay? Death is going to end. We have the Wheel of Fortune coming out. It's in reverse. So this is telling me that the wheel is no longer spinning, okay? It's no longer turning. And so the karmics that are, in this energy here, because again, they're not all the same. They're not all feeling the same. But the ones who are, the wheel has stopped for them, okay? The wheel has stopped. It is not moving. This means there is an obstacle somewhere, and it clearly has to do with a third party, okay? So again, they're heartbroken, all right? So it could be that the reason why they're, a bit silent is because they're probably trying to keep their mouth shut. They're probably trying not to rock the boat. So that way the energy can come back to their side. But I have no indication yet of if that will happen. Let's just pull some more cards here. Okay, so here we go, right here. This explains everything. So we have the Four of Wands coming out. So this particular karmic is hurt, upset because the foundation. Like I said earlier, sometimes it's about emotions, sometimes it's about the pentacles, right? Meaning the home life, the money, just anything in the physical world that has to do with the stability of their life. And here it is right here, okay? The foundation is what's no longer, there's an obstacle. There's no longer any luck coming in to this foundation. So this is why this particular karmic is heartbroken, okay? Some are feeling sad, but is it about love? I'm not seeing it. I don't see any cups yet. What I'm seeing is that something has died in this connection. They're heartbroken. There's some bad luck in this connection. There's some obstacles in the connection because the wheel is not turning, and it has to do, and this heartbreak has to do with their foundation. All right, but let's pull some more and see what else is going on. What else, Spirit? What else can you tell me about this situation? And here we go, Three of Cups again. So we got 3 here and 3 here. So yes, definitely, this particular karmic does know. This particular karmic knows that there's a divine feminine. All right. Now, hold on a second. I do want to take a look at some of the chat because I do want to be interactive with you guys this time. A lot of times I'm too busy doing the readings that I can't really, get into the chat, and I don't really want to do that. I want to be able to, look at the chat a little bit, okay? Let's see. All right. Okay, so this particular karmic does know that there is a divine feminine, or at least another person, okay? Because we have 3 here, we have 3 here. This is the 3 of Cups, all right? So, first of all, as I said earlier, I was not able to pinpoint because I don't want to just draw conclusions, all right? I don't want to just make up stuff. I want the cards to tell me, right? I want the cards to answer my questions, all right? I don't want to just say whatever. So as I said earlier, about the cups, about the pentacles. So again, what I'm seeing is that there is a foundation. This foundation is what's making this karmic heartbroken. Now, when it comes to cups, when it does come to actual feelings and love, we have cups here, but it's in the reverse, all right? 3 of Cups. So this is already telling me that, yes, this karmic does know that there is a divine feminine, or at the very least, another connection with someone else. And this karmic is very worried that divine masculine is going to end things with her and move on to his, this other person. Okay, things are not looking good for them. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. It's not looking good for them. Okay, the wheel has stopped turning. So This is also, because in the upright position, this is also celebration. This is also good times, going out having fun. This is in the reverse. This divine masculine and this karmic are no longer having any more good times together. The wheel has stopped. All right? There's no more going out, there's no more date nights, there's, no, the emotions and the love is now stopped. All right? But that doesn't even really concern this karmic. It doesn't. It doesn't concern this karmic because this karmic is more worried about the foundation, okay? The stability and the foundation that they have built together, her and this divine masculine. That's why she's upset that the wheel has stopped. That's why she's upset that, there's obstacles, because this is obstacles. This is karma, okay? So this is why the Three of Swords is coming out for this karmic, okay? This is why she's heartbroken. This is why she's upset. So the question was, why is she being silent? So far what I'm seeing is the reason why she's being silent is because she does not want to cause any more chaos, all right? She doesn't want to make the divine masculine any more mad. As you can see, Three of Cups, they're not even having good times together anymore. The energy it feels very blocked. So the last thing this karmic really wants to do is make any more waves. The last thing this karmic wants to do is have any more fights, okay? Because she's at the end of the road, all right? She's at the end of the road. It's dead, all right? So the last thing that a person wants to do when it's this bad is make more of a fuss. Because then what's going to happen is Eight of Cups, right? So the reason why so far this karmic is, kind of just, right now they're kind of just in their moments of heartache or being sad about maybe losing everything that they built. They're just kind of keeping to themselves to not rock the boat and to not piss off this karmic anymore, all right? Because we do have death here, but we don't have the Eight of Cups, right? So let's just pull a few more just to see what else, all right? So we do have the Knight of Cups here, but let me pull a clarifier for this because that can mean either, we do have it next to the Three of Cups, right? Which I said, she knows there is a third party. So it could be that, it's just corresponding with the rest of the cards, meaning that he is giving his cup of love to that third party, right? But I do want to at least confirm, let's at least confirm. All right, so we did have, so we have the Strength card. It's coming out in reverse. Give me one more for this Knight of Cups. One more. So I'm not sure what it's trying to tell me here. That's too many. Give me one more, Spirit. I need to know what this is trying to tell me. Okay, so, all right, so this Knight of Cups is actually talking about divine masculine. All right, it is. That's why you have to pull cards to clarify. You can't just make up reasons. All right, so I know that this is talking about divine masculine because number one, we had the Strength card. It came out in reverse. All right, I still wasn't really sure what it was trying to say, but then it had the Three of Wands. So look, we have 3, 3, 3, and we only have 8 cards pulled, and we have 3, 3, 3. So 3, 3, 3 is significant here. 3 parties, So number one, well, we can kind of tell that this is divine masculine anyways, just because it's a knight, right? Giving his love to someone. But again, so Strength came out. I wasn't sure what it meant. And then the Three of Wands came out. So the Three of Wands is about waiting for your ships to come in, right? It's waiting for good fortune to come in. Well, we already know that there's no good fortune between him and the karmic because we've already seen it stop, all right? Because this is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This is saying that there's no more fortune on the side of the karmic. So the only other good fortune that he would be waiting for is for his divine feminine or for the third party, right? So this masculine, yes, he's giving his cup of love to, a third party, divine feminine. Now, the only thing is that we do have the strength card, all right, and it is in reverse. The strength in reverse means that patience is lost, but there's still, but this divine masculine at the same time. Okay, so he's got mixed feelings here, because number one, he's really lost patience with this karmic, all right, but at the same time, he still hasn't mustered up the courage yet to leave, all right, because it's strength in reverse. He still hadn't mustered up the courage yet to leave. That's the reason why we don't see the Eight of Cups here. We do see that the connection is pretty much dead, all right, but he still hadn't come up. He still doesn't have the courage yet to leave, but he is very, very impatient with this karmic, because strength is about courage, strength, and patience, right? So I can already tell that he does not have any patience left for this karmic, okay? But at the same time, he still hasn't built up the courage yet to leave. To go to his divine feminine. He's waiting for something, though. He's waiting for something. The three of wands. This is about waiting for your ships to come in, for the good fortune to come in. So it could be that he's waiting for money or something. Let's pull a clarifier for this Three of Wands, just to kind of see what's he waiting for. What's this divine masculine waiting for? Because he still hasn't. All right, so look, we did another 3. Look, another 3. Holy moly, that's 4 threes. That's 3, 3, 3, 3. Something with divine feminine, though, but the problem is it came out in reverse. Something with divine feminine. When the Empress is in reverse, so for some of you, all right, for some of you, you and your divine masculine, you guys are fighting. I'm gonna be honest, you're fighting, because the Empress in reverse. The Empress anyways is divine feminine, but when the Empress is in reverse, it means discord, it means arguments, it means fighting, it means that fertility of this connection is not, it's bad. So for some of you, what he's waiting for is he's waiting for you, divine feminine, to actually stop fighting with him, okay? So he's waiting for you. That's for some of you, but it's very, very clear what it's saying here. So some of you are in a fight about something. Let me put one more clarifier for this Three of Wands. So give me one more clarifier for this, because that's for some of you. That's not going to be for all of you. Yeah, but some of you guys are fighting, and so he's basically waiting for you to calm down, is what I can see. All right, so for others of you, this Three of Wands is about something that's not yet revealed. All right, High Priestess in reverse. Whatever this other thing is, it's something because it's the High Priestess. It's something that he's not even sure of yet. He knows he's waiting for something, but he's not sure what it is, because the High Priestess in reverse means that he's not using his intuition, number one, and so it's even unknown to him what he's waiting for. He just knows he's waiting for something. He knows he's waiting for something good. He doesn't know what exactly, okay? He just knows he's waiting maybe for the right opportunity, maybe for some money, maybe for a divorce. For every divine masculine, it's something different. But this is telling me that whatever it is that he's waiting for, he knows he's waiting for something good to come in, so he can have the courage to leave. Okay, so he can have the courage to leave, but it's not yet known to him what that quite is yet. While others of you, it is that you two are fighting. This is very, very clear. You and him are fighting, okay? You guys are fighting about something, and he's basically waiting for you to calm down. All right, so again, the initial question was, why is the karmic silent? The reason why this particular karmic is silent is, again, it's because she's just not wanting to make any waves. She knows that this connection is stuck. Okay, the wheel is not turning. She knows that it's dead. You know, but with death is also transformation, right? So she's waiting for something to change. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen because of the Wheel of Fortune. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. She's waiting for transformation, but it doesn't look good for her because this is karma. This is bad karma. All right, so it's not going to happen. It's just not. It's not going to happen for her. So that's why she's silent. She's silent because she's waiting for things to change. This divine masculine has pretty much made up his mind that his cup of love is for his divine feminine. He just hasn't mustered up the courage yet to leave. All right, which is why we didn't get the Eight of Cups or the Six of Swords. He just hasn't figured out how he's going to do it yet. He knows he's waiting for something. He just doesn't know what yet. And then again, some of you guys are fighting, and he's just waiting for things to smooth out between you guys. So anyways, that's to answer your question. So let's go ahead and see what other questions we might have. Let me just lift these up real quick. All right, let's see. What else? Let's see. What's going on with DMs that gone silent? But Stroll everybody's silent. What's going on? The karmic was silent, and now the DM is silent. What's going on with everybody right now? The energy must be a little bit intense, because again, we saw that things were not good with the karmic, and we saw that things are not really good with the divine feminine either. There's some fighting going on, I feel like, with everybody. And I again, it could just be that everybody's just trying not to make more waves, you know, not piss anybody off more, you know, kind of wanting to stay away from the chaos and drama. So it looks like everybody run. And then it's Mercury retrograde. You know, during Mercury retrograde, it's almost like when the full moon comes, some people are very superstitious about the full moon, that's when the crazies come out. So, you know, during Mercury retrograde, it's kind of the same thing. People want, you know, people who may be a little leery of, you know, Mercury retrograde, they kind of stay in to not let things get bad. You know what I'm saying? So it could be that too. I don't know. But okay, so let's see. What's going on with the DMs that gone silent? All right, let's look into that. What's going on with it? Okay. So is what you're saying why they're not communicating? Is that what you're trying to say? But still dealing with karmics. But still dealing with karmics. I think you're trying to ask about the communication, why divine masculines. All right, so let's see why divine masculines are not communicating. If they're not communicating, now do keep in mind this. I did a reading the other day about some divine masculines who are going through midlife crisis. You know, that's a big one, guys. I mean, it is. It's, you know, I've had friends, family members. I've seen men go through midlife crisis, and when they do, they shut everyone out. The people they love, and they just go wild and crazy. So if you've seen that video and you do feel like some of those energies resonate with you, that's a big reason why they're not communicating, okay? It's a big, big reason. Others of you, though, it could be something else, and let's see. Let's see what that could be about. Let's see. All right. Divine masculines. Why are some divine masculines not communicating with their divine? You know what? Actually, I want to pull. Before I do that, I want to pull from here. I want to pull just a couple of starter cards. Why are some divine masculines not communicating with their divine feminine? Why are some of them not communicating with their divine feminine? I want to do a pre-pull here just to kind of get a theme. Give me 3 cards, Spirit. 3 cards for divine masculines who are not communicating with their divine feminine. All right, let's see. So the first card that we have here, it says blowing bubbles. It says fun loving. It says manifesting, embracing the moment, airy flowing, being in the now. This is exactly what I just said about some divine masculines being in that energy of having that midlife crisis. That's exactly what it is. And if you go back and look at that reading, that is what the energy is. So confirmation right there. They're being fun loving and they're meeting new people. They're living in the now. They're being wild and free and just putting their responsibilities on the back burner because they just want some new energy. Like this says, being in the new. Okay. It says embracing. Okay, so it says embracing the moment. It says airy. Airy, you think of, just in the air, flowing, and in the new, being in the now. Now, it does say manifesting. That could be pretty much anything, manifesting. Some of them, do like to manifest, like to go out and spend money, some of them, I've seen some actually go out and get another apartment for themselves and just kind of take a break on their marriage, which is ridiculous. But, I've seen some men do that. So, they just get in that energy where they're spending money and they're just being wild and free, buying sports cars. I seen one man, I swear to God, I saw one man when I was younger. He was older and he took an attraction to this younger woman, and he was all the time showing up at her job giving her flowers. And it's like, really? You're like, but he was trying his damnedest to get her attention. It was crazy, but when they go through that midlife crisis, they're on another level. They're not in their right senses, So that this energy really does resonate with that. All right, so what is the other one? The other one says made with love, a gift from the heart, sentimental. Okay, so some of them could just be, a bit sentimental right now. All right. It says being their support. Okay, so sentimental and needing some support is what this is saying. So I mean, it does say made with love. I really feel like some of them are very sentimental. All right. When you think of sentimental in a negative way, you think of the King of Cups in reverse. When the King of Cups is in the upright position, he's loving, right? He's loving and wanting to give his love. When he's reversed, he is extremely sentimental. His emotions are all over the place. He has no control of his emotions. He's depressed. His intuition is very off, okay? And this is what this sounds like to me. Some of them, I feel, are just not feeling love. They're not feeling, they're feeling depressed, okay? And where it says here about support, it's like they're needing some support that clearly, I don't know, either the karmic or divine feminine, they don't feel like they're supported by either one of them. All right. And again, I feel the energy of the King of Cups in reverse, just very sentimental, depressed. His emotions are all over the place. Okay. So when they're in that energy, they can't see straight because again, they don't even have control of their own emotions. So how are they going to give emotions to you? You know, they can't, because they can't even give it to themselves. So some of them, again, are just depressed. And so that's probably why they're not communicating with you, because they're depressed and their emotions are just all over the place. And they can't, you know, some support that he's needing that he's not getting, that he doesn't feel like he's getting. He may need to see a therapist or a counselor or a pastor, just someone to kind of get him out of that energy. All right. He's needing this love from somewhere. What is this picture of? I don't know what the picture is. All right. So let's see what this other one is. All right. So this one says, glam it up. It says, bring your A game, hitting the town, make an effort, edgy. What is it? These they're so small, I can barely read them. Edgy venue, the finishing touches, stylish. All right, so look, some divine masculines. All right, some divine masculines are very. This is resonating narcissism. Okay, some divine masculines are glamming it up too much. Basically, they love themselves just a little too damn much. All right, they're narcissistic, and they're hitting the town, hitting the venue, very stylish, in the game. They're just kind of they're kind of being narcissistic assholes right now, loving themselves a lot. And so I feel as though this energy is that they're and I don't even really feel like, listen, with this energy, I don't even feel like they are caring so much about 3, 4, 5 party situation like the man who is in like the men who are in what is it? I'm losing my train of thought. Who are in having that midlife crisis now. Those guys are wanting to be in multiple relationships. This guy's not. All right, this guy's not. You have to understand. You have to understand that some men, especially ones who have some narcissistic tendencies, they love themselves too much. Okay, that's what that energy is. It's caring for yourself. It's not caring about other people's feelings. Okay, so I feel like this divine masculine is glammed up. He loves himself. He's hitting the town. He's in the game. You know, it's almost like a game to him. All right, but I want to make something clear really quick, because I know that some people are going to feel like, well, you know, this is a divine masculine. If he's a divine masculine, he should be divine. Why is he in these energies? You have to understand something. This is part of the journey. And I know that, you know, some people don't like to talk about that. Some people like to always think about the 5D and always think about the highest levels of consciousness and just the pretty parts. But the truth is that we live in the 3D world and this stuff happens. It does happen. Now, what happens with the divine masculine who goes through these energies is this. When they become, that's why you have, you know, awakenings. That's why you have ascendings, right? Because they're in these lower vibrational energies, and it's the divine who reaches to them and gets them out of these energies and helps them to ascend and helps to give them an awakening. And when they do have those higher vibrational energies, then they realize everything that they've done. And they're like, damn, I was really in that ugly energy for that long. Yeah, you really were. But the divine came, spirit came and got you out of it. And now you are a true divine masculine. Okay? So do understand that. You know, and again, a lot of people don't like to talk about the ugly parts. They only want to talk about the pretty parts. But no, there are lower vibrational energies. And it's by being a twin, and most of the time the divine feminines are going to awaken first. They're going to ascend first, and it's the divine feminine who actually calls in their twin and helps them to heal and helps them to also ascend and awake. Okay, so don't ever get it twisted that these energies don't happen to a divine masculine, because they damn sure do. It's just that a lot of twin flame readers don't like to talk about the ugly parts. It's divine feminine. It's the divine, it's spirit, it's God, it's source, it's energy that gets them out of these. So this is the narcissistic divine masculine. He's not communicating because he's too wrapped up in his own self. He's not trying to be in any party. Okay? None. He only cares about himself. This one's depressed and his emotions are all over the place. This one is having a midlife crisis, and he is in 3, 4, 5 party situations. Okay, so we have three different masculines here, because not everybody goes through the same energies. All right, so basically, you can see which one kind of fits your situation more. But that's why they're not communicating, is because they're going through their own struggles. Now, again, will spirit help them to come out of that? Absolutely, especially if they are a true twin. If you are a true twin, it's you who's going to help them come back to reality, and they'll realize later on that this energy was not worth it, and they will awaken from it. So, that is something that, you all should know, Yeah, right. I hope they can afford their 5 party. I know. And trust me, I've done personal readings where they're like, yeah, I knew there was more than 3 parties. I kind of figured my divine masculine was in, 4 or 5 party situations. I was like, wow. So it does happen. It does. It happens, especially for the ones that are, having that midlife crisis, And so that's the reason why they may not be communicating with you, all right? Because they're too busy. Well, this guy here is not busy. He's just, no, sorry, my cat's in the way. This guy is just too emotional, and he really needs some help, whether it's a therapist, a counselor, a pastor, or whatever. This guy here really needs to, he's just depressed and his emotions are all over the place. So that's why they may not be communicating. So anyways, let's see, what else? What other questions do we have? Look, someone said, does anyone else find it crazy how so many people can resonate with one general reading? I want to make a comment about that, actually. And I've said it in the past, it's been a while, but I really feel like in the twin flame community, because we're all twins, right? All of us in the community, I feel like we don't just mirror our twin. I feel like we tend to mirror each other's energies, because you're part of a collective. You're all twins. So I feel like that is the reason why readings tend to resonate for so many, because I feel like we're all experiencing, and again, not everybody. I mean, there are going to be some differences, but I feel like that's part of the reason why so many can resonate with one reading, because we're all just mirroring off of each other. So let's see. Let's see. Let me go through these and see if there's any more questions. Six planets in retrograde. Woo, buddy. Yeah, see, I think it's better that people do stay in. my goodness, Angie. I can't believe that, girl. Yes, I'm gonna have to look that up. Okay, here's a good question. Lemens Domain says, I would like to know if we divine feminines should make the first move since a lot of our divine masculines are hesitant. That's a good question. That's a good question. All right, I'll look into that one. That's a very good question. Hey, brown sugar. I see you in there, girl. All right, let's see. Spirit, should divine feminines make the first move since a lot of these divine masculines are being hesitant? Should they make the first move? Man, let me make sure I got them all right. Should divine feminines make the first move since their divine masculines are hesitant? One more shuffle. All right. Should divine feminines make the first move? So the first card out, we do have the Eight of Swords. So I feel right off the bat that that does kind of talk about divine masculine, you know, because he's the hesitant one, right? Not you. Um, being, you know, feeling a little trapped in his mind, right? We do have the Hierophant coming out. The Hierophant. So the Hierophant can mean different things. Sometimes the Hierophant comes out just to let you know that you are in a spiritual connection, you know, because he's religious, right? So sometimes he comes out to just confirm that, you are in a spiritual connection. Others, or other meanings could mean that there's some type of commitment, okay? Sometimes it comes out to represent marriage. But let's see, let's pull some more to see, what this is talking about. So should divine feminines reach out to divine masculines because they're being hesitant? All right, so we do also have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so the Seven of Swords is about sneakiness. It's about deception, all right? I don't know where this is taking me quite yet. Let's see, let's pull a few more. Okay. So right off the bat, I do feel like for some divine masculines, it's this, all right? It just came to me very clearly. Part of the reason why divine masculine is hesitant is because he feels like he's tied down with someone else, all right? Others of you, it's being trapped in his mind because he is married, right? I said earlier, this can mean marriage, it could mean commitment, or he's committed to someone else, right? So part of it is that he also knows he has a spiritual connection with you, but he is committed to someone else or could be married, or both, whatever. So he's, resistant, trapped in his mind because he knows that coming forward to you, talking to you, is deceptive towards the commitments he already has. All right. I know a lot of divine masculines in the past used to not really care about being in this energy, but I have noticed that a lot of divine masculines now, um, some of them are, just not wanting to be deceptive. They're not wanting to be deceptive to you, divine feminine. They're not wanting to continue to cheat you out of your time, your love, your emotions, okay? Because they do know that they have a spiritual connection with you, okay? But they are committed to someone else or married to someone else. So they stay resistant because of that, all right? So let's see. Now that we know his story, what about divine feminine? I mean, so should she contact? All right, so we do have the Hanged Man, which is indicating to me two things. Number one, he's stuck, right? He's stuck in a prior commitment. But it's also telling me that, for now, until because the Hangman is about two things. It's about being stuck, but it's also about a change in perspective, right? So until something can change, it just feels like things should probably still be at a stalemate, okay? Because I really get the feeling with the Hierophant and with this Seven of Swords, it's really loud and clear to me that keeping your connection, no, Nisa, keeping your connection on a 5D level and a higher vibration, to keep it sacred, okay, is what I should say. To keep your connection sacred with your divine masculine, why bring this energy into it? Why cheat yourself out of, your time, your love? I feel like what Spirit is trying to say here is that you have something very sacred and special in your connection. And right now it's stalled. And what I'm getting the feeling is if you do try to contact your divine masculine, it's not that he would reject you. It's that you could be put back into this energy. And do you really want to do that? Or do you want to keep it sacred? Is what I'm getting. That's really what I'm getting. So that's why he's resistant. All right. That's why he's, that's part of that. So I feel like it's, until the circumstances can change, until there's a change of perspective in this three-party situation, it's probably best to just leave it at a stalemate for now. Because if you don't, you could bring him back in, but you might end up in this energy, and you don't want to do that. All right, so that's really what I'm getting from that. But it's totally up to you. I mean, because I do feel like, and let me pull one more just to give me one more, Spirit. Like a outcome. Give me just a general outcome here. And here, oh man. All right, so 3 cards came out. So listen. Okay. So some of you, some people, yeah, if you reach out to your divine masculine, he may reject you. All right, because this is the rejection card. All right, some. All right, some. Yeah, but not because he doesn't love you, but because he's just stuck in another situation and he doesn't want to rock the boat. I'm really feeling the energy of people not wanting to rock the boat, and actually that's a good thing. Why? Because when you do rock the boat, this is what you get. All right, you put yourself in the position to be in a third party situation, and it's not fair. It's not fair to divine feminines to be in this energy, for him to just be able to give her that and that's it, you know. While others, you know, yeah, you might. So some divine feminines don't mind to be, you know, the mistress. Some divine feminines don't mind that. And so, but, you know, some, okay, so we have two cards here. So we have two cards here. So for some, you're going to get rejected. While others of you, yeah, he's going to come in. He's going to come in with some love. He's going to offer you some love. But it's gonna come with this. Until he can no longer be trapped. Okay? Because this is entrapment. This is stalled and stuck. Alright? So he can't give you anything else. So Spirit is saying, you know, you have a sacred connection. Don't put yourself in this energy. Alright? But if you want to, that's totally fine. Alright? That's up to you. So some of you, yeah, you probably, some might be rejected, while others of you, you're gonna get this, but you're gonna get it with this. All right, so it's up to you. You know, it is up to you. Until things can be equal. Six of Pentacles. This is about equality. This is equal give and take. Until you can actually have this, you're just going to continue to get this. All right. So, but still, it really is up to you. You know, while yeah, some of you may end up getting rejected, unfortunately. Okay. So we do have, you know, we do have a couple of scenarios here. But listen, even with some of you who are going to maybe get rejected, it's not because you don't have this sacred connection. You do. It's here. Spirit's clearly saying you have it. The problem is that this particular divine masculine has already made up his mind. He's not going to put you through this. While others don't care if they put you through it. Some divine masculines are going to reject it because they're not going to do it. All right. You mean way too much to him for him to do that to you. And he's not going to do it. All right. Not until he can stop being entrapped and stop being stuck. Not until the situation can change. You know, there can be a change in perspective. It's just not going to happen. All right. So, you know, he's basically waiting. So this guy is basically just waiting till he can give you equal give and take, till he can give you some equality. All right. So it's not that he's just rejecting you because he doesn't love you. This one just wants to do things right by you. That's it. All right. So, you know, I hope that makes sense. So either way, at the end of the day, it is up to you, you know, if you should reach out. I mean, I am seeing some hindrances, though. All right, I am seeing some hindrances. All right, let's see. What other questions do we have? Exactly. Either he's coming as the emperor or he can six of swords wherever he wants. I like it. So, Barbara, the questions that I'm actually answering are just basically anything for the collective that maybe sometimes we don't really get to do readings on. It can be anything on divine masculine, anything on divine feminine, or anything on the karmic, really. Something that, the collective as a whole can, something that the collective as a whole can, see if there's a chance that they can resonate with. They would, yeah. See, with that Mercury retrograde, there's some silence going on. All right. So, does anybody else have any questions? Oh, okay. Let's see. Right. Exactly. And Barbie, and I said that earlier. Um, I mean, we can see that different divine masculines are going through different struggles and different ugly energies. Um, and it's divine feminine who, because you marry each other, right? It's by her ascension, it's by her awakening that does draw him in and helps him to ascend and help him to awaken. So Barbara says, what can we do to help them along? All right, let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to think what would be a good deck for that. That's a good question. Let's see. And I got like 1,000 decks over here. And it's funny because all the decks that I have, and then sometimes I can't even think which one I should use. I think I want where is it? Where's my healing deck at? Hold on. Let's see. Hold on real quick. All right, let's see. Let's pull a couple of these cards here. This is the healing deck. Let's see what we can kind of do to help divine masculines along. What can divine feminines do to help divine masculine, to help him come out of this energy of, feeling like, he's having a midlife crisis, or feeling like he's having emotional turmoil, or having narcissistic tendencies. So what can we do as a divine feminine to help him along? What can divine feminines do for their divine masculine? Is this one? All right, so look, the card that we have that came out is selling out. And I mean, this is talking about divine masculine, okay? Because again, when he's in those energies, what is he doing? He's selling out. He's selling out to his divine feminine, right? So let's go ahead and read what it does say. So it says your integrity and your inner strength are being severely tested. So, and that really makes sense, because like I said, when I was talking about those energies, yeah, they may be going through it, but at the same time, they're being tested as well. Because only a true divine masculine, only a true twin is going to be able to come out of those energies and be called in by spirit, by their divine feminine, and actually be able to change. So it's a test. It's a test to see if he's worthy. If he's worthy of being a twin, is he worthy of being a true divine masculine? All right. So inner integrity and inner strength are being severely tested. There is an opportunity to act with either fear or love. Makes sense, right? Is he going to act in fear, or is he going to act in love? So it says, where in their life they are selling out or acting out of integrity. Are you, it's asking a question. Are they in a job that they hate? Are they living in a toxic environment? Yeah, they're living in a toxic environment and making themselves sick in the pursuit of financial security. Some of them. This card asks that you find the courage to stand up for your convictions and take steps towards doing what you love. So, and I did say earlier that some divine masculines just don't have, the courage and strength to make decisions, but, we are talking about the ones that are selling out here. Okay. So, it's saying, so first of all, they need to find the courage to stand up for their convictions and take steps towards doing what they love. Okay, so in other words, they need to take convictions into the people that they love, the people who do mean something to them, and to gain that courage and to not sell out from it. Okay. So it says, when you connect to an archetype, you can examine your fears around survival, power, responsibility, and success. On the other side, the prostitute can can lead you to freedom, self-expression, choice, and love. It says say prostitute on the lights. It does say prostitute. I don't know why it says prostitute, but it does say prostitute. All right. So, anyways, it says on the light side, you can be led to freedom, self-expression, choice, and love. Okay. So basically, it's saying they can make a choice. They can make a choice towards, their own fears of their own survival, which I really felt. I felt those energies very strongly with the one who's in midlife crisis and the narcissistic one. I feel like those guys are really like in their own mentality that it's almost like a survival to them. It's survival to step away from their fears because it's almost like fear makes them vulnerable and they don't want to be vulnerable, right? So they put themselves in survival mode, right? And so that's their way of dealing with fear, is by being in this survival mode. And that's how they end up doing these crazy things. But anyways, so they can either choose to be free and choose love, or they can continue to be in that energy. So there's an action here. The action says you have to make a choice about whether you will use your power, talents, and abilities for selfishness and exploitation or the higher good. Okay, so they have a choice. They can either choose exploitation or they can choose the higher good. It says take a few deep breaths and focus on your body. Become conscious of where in your body you feel like you are losing your energy and your power. Place your hands on the part of that. Place your hands on that part of your body. Okay, so listen. Basically, this is giving some instructions on how you can help. Well, it's really helping you as a person to help in these areas. So what I feel like is, although your divine masculine is at a distance, I still feel like you can heal your divine masculine from a distance, okay? Kind of like with us readers, okay? When we give readings, the person is not right in front of us, right? But we can still pull in their energy and then we can still do readings for them, right? So I feel like this is giving some instructions on things that you can do for your divine masculine in order to help heal him, all right? And you would have to basically just do it as a distance healing. And there's a lot of readers out there who do distance healings as well. I don't particularly do them, but some do. But you can do it because you're a divine feminine and nobody's going to be more in tune with his energy than you. All right? So I would have to basically maybe put it in the description box what this says on what you can do to help your divine masculine. But basically it says, take a few deep breaths and focus on your body. Become conscious of where in your body you feel like you are losing your energy and your power. Place your hands on that part of your body. Visualize yourself, and it can look similar to, this is confusing. Okay, hold on. Visualize your archetype. It can look similar to this card or a darker version of you. Oh, okay, I see what it's saying. So you would basically visualize your person, okay, in the darkest version of them. Think of them in that state, all right? And when you think of them in this archetype and how they're selling out towards you, become aware of how this affects various areas, how it's affecting their life, all right? Ask your, I don't know why it says prostitute. That word really is throwing me off, but it says I would say ask your person. I'm going to say person, not prostitute. Ask your person to help you gain your inner strength and make empowering decisions. So basically, basically what you're going to do is this. You're going to think of your person, your divine masculine, in the darkest version of him, okay? The worst part of him. You're going to think of him. You're basically going to, with your own power, envision him in that darkest part. You're basically going to like do a scan of him. It's kind of like Reiki. Do a scan of him. And if you're really in tune with your divine masculine, you will be able to see where he's hurting the most, whether it's his heart, whether it's his mind. And you're going to basically take like deep breaths to help heal those areas. And this is not going to work for all of you. This is just, this is just one way you can do it. But, you can do a distance healing from him, kind of like Reiki. There are other things that you can do, though. You can light candles for them. But basically, the most important thing is this, is that until they can really become aware that they're selling out, until they can become aware of the bad energy that they are causing towards you, it's really hard to get them out of that energy. You can do different things, but at the end of the day, they really have to make the choice themselves. And once they're able to make that choice themselves, then that's when they're no longer going to be able to continue to sell you out. But you can, call them in, and really envision them, like I said, in their darkest parts, and really just try to heal that part of them if you can. And, you'd have to put your own energy into it and just do the best that you can to heal them as much as you can, even if you have to do it every single day. But you really have to learn some meditation tools in order to be able to do that. So if you mirror each other, right, then the best thing that you can do first is start getting in tune with your chakras. Start healing yourself. Start taking, because this is what this is really reminding me of. It's really reminding me of meditation. Because when you are in a meditative state and on a higher consciousness, you can scan your own body. You can scan your twin's body, and you'll be able to find the parts of them that are hurting, and you can do distance healing on them. And that's something that I would start with, is start trying to meditate yourself, and then you'll be able to do it for them as well. There's so many different modalities on YouTube that you can look up. You can actually learn how to do Reiki, from YouTube videos. You can learn how to do crystal healings from YouTube videos. There's many different ways that you can do it, but you have to concentrate on healing your counterpart through a higher meditative state. All right. That's the best that I can tell you. If you're really wanting to take it serious and helping your person heal, then you're gonna have to, start learning some, new age techniques, and really start taking it serious and just do it. It's how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to draw in your counterpart? Me personally, for me, my decision was this. I let go of my connection completely. Because at the end of the day, my happiness was important to me. It just was. My happiness, my success was important to me. And I feel like if he and I are really meant to be together, then spirit will make him aware and bring him to me when the time is right. While other people, they won't go the surrendering route. They will not do that. So you have other options. You do. You can learn different modalities. You can learn how to do Reiki. You can learn how to do all of these distance healings. Be serious about it and just do it. You know? How bad do you want it? Like I said, it's up to you. But, you know, you can do it, you know? Nothing is impossible. So if you want to heal your divine masculine, do what you have to do. A lot of times, I'm gonna be honest with you, you know, there's candle workings that you can do. There's spells that you can do. But here's the problem. Here's what a lot of people may not know. If any target that you're working on doing spells, if your target has narcissistic tendencies, spells are not going to work. They're not. They won't work. If your person has narcissistic tendencies, it doesn't matter what kind of spells you do on them. It's rejecting that. So that's why it is good to do like Reiki stuff, meditation stuff, do things on a higher consciousness, because you may get better results doing things that way than trying to do spells. Because targets who have narcissistic tendencies, you cannot do magic on them. They're just harder targets. Narcissism is like it's like a mental disorder, and any target who has a mental disorder, you can't really do magic on them. And so that's why if you have a target that has narcissism tendencies, you're not going to be able to target them because it's a mental disorder. So that's why it is kind of better to go with the chakra healings, the crystal healings, the meditation type healings. So again, it's up to you. All right, so that went on a whole other rant. Sorry about that. You see, yeah, surround them in bright light colors. Exactly, exactly. You want to envision them, but listen, you want to envision them like that said. Envision them in the darkest part of them. You don't want to envision them with a smile on their face, because that's not going to heal them. You have to think of them in the darker side, in the ugly side, and the worst part of themselves, because you're trying to heal that about them. Okay? Yes, envision the violet light, envision the white light. You know, really, you have to really use your visionary thoughts as vivid as you possibly can. And if that means you have to do it every single day, then damn it, you better do it every single day, because that's what's going to help. You know, but you have to be clear and envision it clear in order to really get it to work. And it can be done, like I said, because distance healing has become very, very popular in the last few years. It's become very popular. You know, I can contact a reader now who does Reiki healing sessions and can probably do a Reiki healing session with me over the phone. You know, it can be done. You can do it. So, you know, just, you know, get on YouTube, learn how to do these things, you know. If you feel like your target is not, that does not have narcissistic tendencies, then yeah, you could probably do some candle works to them. You know, do some, you know, you can make a puppet or, you know, a doll baby and try to, you know, do some things for them. But, you know, again, if they have narcissistic tendencies, it's going to be very hard to do work on them, because they'll reject it. their mental, disorder will reject the work. Okay, I can't see into the comments. Oh, here we go. All right. Exactly. The more we heal, the more they heal. That's right. And that's why you got to learn how to do it as well. Learn how to do it for yourself, then you'll be able to do it for them. I don't know why that thing kept saying prostitute. It was throwing me off. I don't know, maybe because the picture looked like a prostitute. I don't know. But basically, like I said, what I could tell from that card, what it was saying is to do these visionary things and take some deep. It all just seemed very meditative to me from what it was saying. Yeah, if you allow if you allow yourself to be susceptible to magic, in other words, if you listen, if you are in a low vibration, then yeah, you are definitely susceptible. So you do always want to be in a higher vibration. Um, letting go of things that are not letting go of things that are toxic. Even if you listen, even if you love something or someone so much, if it's toxic, let it go. It doesn't mean let it go forever, okay? It does not. What it means is let it go for a time in order for the toxicity to go away. And there will come a time when, you know, things will raise to a higher consciousness, to a higher vibration, and it will be healthy enough to continue. So some people are afraid to surrender, but there is nothing to be afraid of. I think that some people are afraid to surrender because they feel like they are going to lose that part of they're going to lose that part of the connection, and that's not true. It's not true. Why would people use narcissistic and DMs in the same sentence? Well, why wouldn't they? Listen, there are a lot of people out there who do talk about that all the time, that you should never, that you shouldn't call a DM a narcissist. That's why I don't actually come out and say they're narcissists. I will say narcissistic tendencies, because you can have tendencies. Now, will I come out and just say DMs are narcissistic? I mean, if it does come out, it may slip, but I do try to always use tendencies with it, because I'm sorry, it happens. I mean, I pulled 3 cards, and 2 out of those 3 cards did show some narcissistic tendencies. But I was very clear at the same time that they don't stay in that energy. If they are a true divine masculine, if they are a true twin, then they will be awakened by spirit if they allow that to happen. But hell, there's a lot of divine feminines out there who can have bitchy tendencies. So what's the difference? What's the difference? What makes it different? What is the difference between saying that a divine masculine has narcissistic tendencies, as opposed to saying a divine feminine has some bitchy tendencies sometimes? What's the difference? Nobody is ever at their best. And that's what really, it pisses me off, quite frankly. It pisses me off when some people are on this high horse about the 5D, the 5D, the 5D. I'm sorry, we don't all live in the 5D every single day. In fact, it's not healthy to do. It's not. It's not healthy to do that because we live in the 3D world at the same time. You have to have a good balance between both. And there are going to be times when both divine masculines and divine feminines are not going to be at their best. And they are going to have shitty attitudes. And they are going to have shitty energies. And if people want to get offended by that, then oh well. But that is the 3D world. The point is, can you get your ass out of it? That's the point. Can you get yourself out of that energy and get yourself into a higher vibration? Can you do it? Can you be aware enough to do it? That is the question. That is what makes the person. It really irks me about this whole 5D thing. It really pisses me off. Because that mentality of just, you have to always be in a high vibration. You have to always be in the 5D. You are missing life if that's really how you're thinking all the time. You're missing life in what's in front of you here in the 3D world if that is how you think. You have got to find a balance between both. And here's the thing. If you can recognize the dark, then it will bring you to the light. That is what makes the person stronger. That is what builds the person up, is being able to recognize the dark and being able to turn it into light. So to not recognize the dark parts at all is absolutely ridiculous. And yes, there are plenty of divine masculines out there who are not aware that they are even divine, who do not know that they are in a twin flame connection, who do not know that they are part of something bigger. So are they having narcissistic tendencies? You goddamn right they are. Because they don't know no better yet. It's up to divine feminine to be able to help them. It's up to the divine in order to be able to help them. It's up to spirit. It's up to God, Jesus, whoever, source. It is up to them to be able to get them out of that. But that doesn't mean that they're not in those energies right now, because a lot of them are. And until they can, until they can recognize it, then, there are divine masculines. There are divine masculines out there right now who are sleeping with the karmic and who are sleeping with the divine feminine. They're sleeping with both people. Well, guess what? They're cheaters. So is it wrong to say they're cheaters when they are? I think not. Because they're sleeping with two people. They're cheating. So tell me, what is the difference between calling somebody a narcissist and calling somebody a cheater? Both energies are dark. Both energies are wrong. Both energies are bad. So what is the difference? You have to come out of both of them, because they're both bad. You have to come out of both of them. You have to make a choice to not be a cheater anymore. Same thing with liars. Liars, for anybody can be a liar. A divine masculine can be a liar. A divine feminine can be a liar. Just because they're divine masculines and divine feminines, does that mean they're not going to be a liar or lie sometimes? No. So that means we cannot call them a liar? I don't know what the difference is. I really don't. But I see it a lot. I mean, I do. I see it a lot. I see people bring that up, that you should never call a divine masculine this, or you should never call a divine masculine that. There's a way to do it that is acceptable, and there's a way to do it that isn't acceptable. Because yeah, I don't really like to see a whole lot of comments on my in my on my page that's so bad, where they're like literally putting down their divine masculines in like an ugly, disgusting, trashy way. I don't like that. But to just say something like, they're in this energy, they have some narcissistic tendencies, they have some narcissistic ways, they're doing some narcissistic, they're lying, they're cheating. There's a way to do it that is acceptable. And then there's a way to do it that isn't. And when I say it, I make damn sure that I'm not doing it in an ugly way. Because you have to have a certain amount of respect when you are talking about divine people. Whether they are a cheater, whether they are a liar, whether they are a narcissist, or whether they are a bitch at times. There's still a way to do it that isn't disgusting. So yeah, that does kind of upset me a little bit. Oh goodness, I can't see the chat again. I don't know why this thing keeps doing that. Let's see. I've had another. Okay, so it says I have another question. We feminines sometimes feel emotionally exhausted because of because of this connection. Should we walk away from the connection and focus on ourselves? Wouldn't that serve humanity? See, I mean, and that's where. Here's the thing. Everybody, and I did talk about. I actually did a video on this. What was it? Yesterday or the day before. Every single person has to do their connection their way. And actually, it doesn't really matter if you're talking about the connection. It doesn't matter. Anything in life, do it your way. As long as you do it with tact, integrity, and you do it, with respect. Okay? As long as you're not hurting anybody, that's really what matters. Always do things your way. But some people will surrender while others will, stay connected and try to, like we just said, draw them in, whether that's healing, whether that is candle work, whether it is, whatever, there's so many different ways to stay connected and to still draw them in. But if it is exhausting you, then it is time for you to back away a little bit. It is, because you're just exhausting yourself. And I'll be honest with you, that is something that happened with me. I mean, I was just so upset because me and my divine masculine kept, having a connection, and then we would stop having a connection, then we'd start back up, and then we'd start back on. And, even, the last time I heard from him was 2 months ago. And, the reason he got mad at me, and the reason he got mad at me is because he found out that I was talking to my ex. He got mad about that. And I'm like, wait a minute. You're living with a karmic and you're upset because I'm having a friendship with my ex? I've known my ex since I was 14 years old. I'm 43 years old. We have known each other our whole lives. And, my ex is in a wheelchair, number one. He got muscular dystrophy and atrophy, finally took his legs, and so he's now in a wheelchair. He's somebody that means a lot to me. I grew up with him. My family loves him, and my DM was pissed off because me and him were talking again. And I'm like, you have absolutely no right to judge me when you were in a connection with a karmic. So he was upset with me. He was upset with me. Last thing he told me was, you should have told him that you love your husband, because me and my DM, we're still married. We're separated, but we are still married. He was like, you should have told him that you still love your husband. I said no. Because you're still in a connection with somebody, and until you can show me that you're not still committed to that connection, I'm not telling nobody nothing. I would look really dumb to tell people that I'm still in love with you when everyone knows you're living with someone else. No, I'm not doing that. And so he got mad at me, and I said, you know what? No more. I'm not doing this anymore. So that was the last of it. I figure this. Step away from the connection, because it was really it was exhausting. It was exhausting always trying to because you see things on social media. It's like they're telling you one thing, you're seeing something else on social media, and it's exhausting. And I was not happy, and it was miserable. And I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to wake up happy, and I want to wake up not looking at social media. I want to wake up not worrying about if you love her today and me tomorrow. I don't want to do that. And so I said enough. Enough is enough. I told him I was not going to tell anybody anything. And he didn't like that answer. He did not like that answer. And so that was pretty much it. And since then, I have concentrated on me, and I have wished them both the best. Both of them. I've wished them both the best. And, I've done so much better since then. I don't, honestly, I don't know if he's happy, because I don't keep any more tabs anymore. Like I said, I was constantly looking at social media, and I got tired of that. I got tired of it. And so I said, no more. I'm not looking on anything anymore. I figure, if he's still with her, he must be happy, because he's still there. But I don't look anymore. I don't look for anything anymore. In fact, I've even started to go out and meet other people. And you know what? Doing that also has raised my vibration. By going out and meeting other people. I've been going out. Now, I don't do it all the time, and I'm certainly not dropping my panties for just everybody. I'm not doing any of that. I'm keeping it tasteful. I'm keeping it tactful, and I'm keeping it respectful. But just having a companion to talk to, somebody to just listen to your story, and somebody who can make you feel good, is it's good it's good for lifting your vibration. There's no reason to always be exhausted and feeling like you're in a toxic situation. There's just no reason for it. And another thing, sitting around waiting for something to change is also exhausting. And it's not healthy. But still, I have to stand by what I said. At the end of the day, you do still have to do your connection your way. not everybody's way is going to be right for every single person. Let's see, Becca, have you checked the... Well, I'm not reading very well today. Either my eyes, either the lights are too bright or my eyes just really are bad today. I don't know. I can barely read. Um, have you checked the psycho, no. Anyway, reasons for your ex's condition? I think you can heal him. As you know, all the illnesses start in our soul level and later. You know, the thing with my ex is he's had muscular dystrophy for so many years. Um, I mean, finally, again, atrophy did kick in, but he found out when he was 20 that he had muscular dystrophy. And I mean, he has over the years gotten weaker and weaker. Um, I mean, nothing's impossible. Nothing is impossible. I do feel like we can all still have some healing properties to give to people, and maybe I could. I mean, I could certainly try, but I mean, I do feel like having it for that long. I mean, and he can't use his legs at all now. Um, I think if anything, because with muscular dystrophy, it will affect the heart eventually. I think if anything, even though we may not be able to heal his legs anymore, we could at least work on his heart to where his heart wouldn't stop beating. That that probably what I would concentrate on. I'm sorry, I'm trying to go through the chat. I want to make sure I haven't missed any questions. I think I pretty much went through all the questions. So I guess I can go ahead and end it there. Just one more quick little scan here. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end it there. I do actually have some personals that I got to get started on. So anyways, I hope that you all have a good rest of the weekend, and I will talk to you all again on the next one. I love you all. Thank you all for, spending your time here with me, and, we will see you all again really soon. Okay? Bye. Have a good one. Well, let's see how we get out of this. Okay.